Welcome to this short introduction of how you can turn your data into smart data in order to improve your processes, even your complex processes, with the help of artificial intelligence and predictive intelligence. My name is Britta Hild. I'm Managing Director of IS Predict. And what are we doing? We are helping our clients, well, to work with zero and ones, with data, but to turn your data lakes, or maybe to turn hardly any data, into smart data. Now, how are we doing it? We have developed a software solution which is really good in understanding what will happen in order to let you know what you should take action in order to avoid future inefficiencies. Now, this is not to be compared with data mining. Data mining is a very good thing as well. However, it is looking into the past. You define your KPIs, whether it's in sales, in production, in logistics, or in whichever process you are interested in. And then those KPIs are shown into dashboards with traffic lights, and then maybe you do some data mining, find reasons why did the sales improve in the US and why did production improve in Asia, let's say. But the question is, how will it be? Because when you look at the past, well, you can't really change things anymore. You can just try to find information for the future. But we do not try to find information for the future. Our predictive intelligence solution is looking into the data from the past and then finding patterns, data patterns, and to have very high accuracy in telling what will happen into the future. And that is exactly what we are doing. If you know what will happen in the future, you can take action now to avoid future inefficiencies. That's what we do with our clients, pure predictive intelligence projects. So for example, at German Rail, they have a lot of locomotives. They are transporting people and cargo. Here we were in the cargo area. And what they were requesting is that out of their 4,000 locomotives, now and then they break. And if the engine breaks because of a central screw break, it stands still. And you have the problem that all the cargo which you have in the wagons behind you needs to be moved to the destination, and you need to move the locomotive to the technician and to replace everything. And just replacing the engine costs 200,000 euros. How can you avoid it? If you know in advance that something will happen, that the screw in the engine will break, then you could take out the locomotive, replace the weak components, and that would not cost a lot of money. But the problem is you don't really know when it will happen. And that's exactly where predictive intelligence comes in. Deutsche Bahn gave us 150 sensor data, which they had on each locomotive. And out of those 150 sensor data points, our software solution was able to tell them that only 8 are relevant for this, to understand when the engine will break. And the failure prediction was able up to 3 weeks in advance. And considering technical processes, 3 weeks in advance is excellent to plan that the locomotive goes out of operation, the components are exchanged, and then it goes back. So for each not existing breakdown, not existing failure, they save 200,000 euros. Plus not having the trouble to get all the cargo to its destination where it should be. Then let's have a look at T-Systems, German Telekom. Here we are also working in the topic of predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance more in the manufacturing and automotive side. When you think how cars are produced, a lot of things are automated. You have robots, and those robots do a lot of things. For example, they do welding. They weld the body together. And if one of those robots breaks down, maybe it has a bearing failure, they really have a problem because the entire production stops. And so what we need to make sure is that they know in advance that robot number 2000 will have a problem, let's say in 7 days. That's what we have done at a large automotive company in order to give early warnings, up to a week warning, when will which robot fail out of which problem, and also what are the reasons for the failing. That's in the topic of manufacturing, of predictive maintenance. Let's go to a different topic at BASF, chemical company. They have a lot of transportation orders to handle, where they transport their material within the plant, between the plants, and also to harbors to ship the material to the clients. And they require a lot of logistic resources. And the question is, when do they need them? which type do they need, what is the best fit logistics resource to do this, and here it was up to 10% saving potential, just thanks to predictive intelligence, so for artificial intelligence solution looking into the future. Let's go to another example, German large utility, EnBW, and they were looking for more capacity planning for their energy, how much energy will be required, also how much heat will be required, and how much energy will be produced via wind turbines and photovoltaics. Because if you have those renewable energies, it's not that easy to plan them. I mean, the sun shines when it wants. And here again, with the help of predictive intelligence solutions, it was much better to do the capacity planning in a good way and also to derive business models from that. Last example, police. Maybe it's a completely different example to the other ones because it's completely different data. It's not production data or wind, electricity data, but it is analyzing a lot of data from telecommunication, especially in organized crime. So to find out, when you get all this data from your telecommunication providers, who are the guys which are really doing the bad thing. You have a lot of data available, and here it is finding data patterns in communication data. So completely different topic, but from the analytics point of view, quite similar. For all those projects, I have to point out that you can do a lot in analyzing your data with artificial intelligence, but I believe the keywords are unsupervised and self-learning. Why is it like this? Well, what we have experienced is that the processes are changing and changing, whether that's in sales, in production, logistics, you name it. And then after a while, you need to ask your data scientist to come along and check whether your changed reality really fits to your algorithms, to your physical or mathematical models. And of course, if you ask your data scientist to come along again and again, it costs more money, obviously, and you always have delays. That's why we have put a lot of strength in adaptive algorithms. So the predictive intelligence learns on its own the new data which comes in every second, every minute, every 15 minutes, whatever, learns on that new data to understand that your processes are changing, which means you always get high accuracy in prediction, in predictive control, automatically, without having anybody to modify your models on his own. It's the artificial intelligence processes which are doing this. And that is exactly the reason why SAP has selected us as the first pure predictive analytics partner in Germany, and that's the reason why German Telekom has built together the solution Next Generation Maintenance together with us. And last point, it's also the reason why Gartner, US Research Institute, you might know, Gartner has provided us or awarded us the Cool Vendor Award in digitalization in the context of Industry 4.0. It's because of predictive intelligence, unsupervised self-learning, artificial intelligence solutions. Now to sum it up, the keywords you see here again, and what they manage is really to get your data, whether big or hardly any data, to turn it into smart data. And that in a continuous way. So it is happening automatically with continuous learning to manage your complex processes, to get transparency, what are the core influencing factors on things which are good or bad. Think of German Rail, 150 sensors in each locomotive, but only 8 are of relevance for predicting the failure, the breakdown of the central screw in the engine. And now they can focus on those 8 to improve the processes. Then also understanding changes, your processes change, and no data scientist should come along and do it again. And then last but not least, other instances. German Rail, over 4,000 locomotives. They don't want a data scientist not even spend 1 hour on each locomotive to check whether the mathematical physical models fit on the other engine of the locomotive. Or think of automotive production. Many robots, welding robots, handling robots. You don't want a data scientist to spend 1 hour for each of your robots to adjust and to calibrate. It must be done automatically. So I believe there are a lot of points where you can improve your business with artificial intelligence, with predictive analytics. And when we discuss with clients, we see that there are suddenly a lot of ideas, use cases coming up. So if you have questions on that, I will be pleased to get in touch. Thank you.